in there.
Nothing yet. So the steam engine's gone. Hi.
You looking for a ticket?
Yep.
Down there. Down the snack bar.
Thank you.
Yep, number one's gone.
Those are out, right?
That's a melted rail there.
Yeah.
A bunch of old stuff here, not found. Tried up and things. Look at it.
It's like a tractor. Hey, Daddy, it's like a tractor playing.
It's a bulldozer.
Huh? You know what's going on in Illinois right now?
Huh?
You know what's going on in Illinois right now?
What?
The largest gathering of steam for the year. 7 steam locomotives, I think a couple more actually.
Dang.
Try to
Figure out what to do, huh? We may be in trouble if he's got a full book out.
the one that's sitting in the bucket.
Yeah. Makes the railroad time.
Well, I collect cars and Brian would like to collect locomotives, but they're a little more problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this one causes plenty of problems.
Well, it likes oil.
Obviously.
Diesel, they all do. And I'm sure
Yeah,
it's probably got a few hours on it, didn't it?
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, he had a bus, and it had a Detroit diesel in it. What's in this thing? Detroit diesel.
Somebody told me when I bought it, they said you don't buy all by the quart anymore, you buy by the gallon.
Yep. by the drum.
What is this, a 12-cylinder or
No, it's a
6-cylinder.
V6.
V6?
3,400 and some cubic inches.
The pistons must be as big around as a 5-gallon bucket, man.
Another 8.5 inch core and
Probably about that big.
10-inch stroke.
I found David the brush holders for it a couple of years ago. He was having problems with them when I was working in Georgia. Next door to a place that overhauls switch engines. They buy these, post-World War II engines up and overhaul, sell them as switch engines. And I went over there and talked to Henry Strickland and said, oh yeah, I know exactly which locomotive you're talking about. I know where to get the brush holders.
Call them up here.
Yeah, and there's people who have taken these old SW1s and just put a whole new unit power generator in it.
It works. It keeps the engine going.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take anything to just change it out. I mean, lift it up, you know what I mean.
Alright, Mark, we still waiting on you?
Just a few more $4.
I can show you how they blow the whistles and cast on that horn.
The crew is coming back to work.
see those old steam engines run? A long time ago, before you were here.
When I first started coming to that Mikado, there was an old man that was here. I guess he was the one maintaining the steam equipment. And that's when they took the cab off of it and they started restoring. He was in his 80s then, so. I don't know who he was.
I have to swap cameras with Katie if the battery dies. See right there, missing spot where the engine used to be. They took her about 4 months ago, I think. Guess what they moved to move it with. Only 500 horsepower, but it has a lot of tractor lift. Yeah,
That's 800 RPM.
They used to have a wood passenger car over there. They took it apart a year ago. Pretty bad shape. Yeah, it was rotted. They had it when they had the whole railroad over in Scott, Arkansas. These, okay, one's the independent, one is the train brake. Independent one's just the engine brake. The throttle's over there, and one's a reverser.
I should just ask you.
I would have hated to be in this heat in one of those steam engines.
Oh, man. Oh, thank you.
You know that tender on 201 is actually from the Mikado.
There's another tender right down there.
Yeah, that's 201s.
The last time we came up when they were running 201, it was leaking water real bad.
Out of the tender waterfall.
That's catch the bridge on fire again.
really neat if they did a rail fin week in here, though. Look up a couple of those freight cars and do a little photo freight. Hey, that'll interest you.
Yeah.
Those little speeders, they basically stuck a car on top of that. You realize this whole yard is at an angle, right? It's not perfectly flat.
Your biggest strength there, doing
Yeah, they have to, once it's right in the middle, it'll balance the turntable, and you'll see a little bit of a difference on each side. It'll actually look like it's floating a little bit. Going down there's probably some snapping turtles. But there really are some turtles down there.
We had one lay eggs next to the wheel of the office car over there.
What now?
We had a snapping turtle lay some eggs over there.
Oh, really?
By the office car.
Oh, wow.
It's that little passenger car down there. Probably not in very good condition.
Oh, I'm sure not down to work like the rocks in there.
Probably wouldn't work safe. Hey, Dad, you see that water tank right there?
Yep.
They trucked that up here from all this equipment. They put it on flatbed.
I imagine get these locomotives up here with easy.
Imagine when they took that the wood burner down from the mountain, trying to get that down.
Yeah, but it's relatively small. I would guess this thing probably is way more than that wood burner did.
My guess is all this new roads over the past 20 years that have been added. A whole lot of a difference.
When we first brought Brian here, he was in our baby carrier. He was 6 months old.
Wow.
We've been coming back about every other year since then.
From Texas.
Yeah. We used to. And other places too. We've been to the Texas State Railroad and to the
then go to the train station right next door, and then they're going to start doing, yeah. They're using the tank engine, and they've got another SW1 like this, and the little General Electric.
Yeah, you can see by that exhaust stack, there's a little bit of oil coming out of there.
Yeah. This is why they don't make these anymore. Like something like this, it's not going to be very clean.
Detroit diesels, distro Detroits are obsolete.
Yeah. Aren't they illegal to make now?
Well, they won't meet environmental regulations.
I wonder why they never pull that old car out.
They used to use that.
Yeah. It hadn't been pulled out in forever, you can tell.
They used to hook up the cabooses and stuff too, but that's a long time.
Yeah. Probably the only usable caboose is that one. Those guys that it's too bad they didn't bring another like an Alpha up here because those things smoke real bad. You ever seen one of those? It's thick black smoke coming out of that diesel like a steam locomotive. You just throttle it up a little bit and they've got a real distinctive sound.
Yeah, that's when, if I've got the dining car, I really give it a lot going up the hill and get a little black smoke out of it. Usually it just pumps away.
She does her job like she does every day. Try getting a locomotive now to last that long. I said try to get a locomotive now to last that long. Yeah, that's probably where they dump the ash out of the ash can. How often do you have to fill this thing up with diesel?
Well, we never fill it up all the way.
You know what I mean? Every beach trip or something.
Maybe once a week. About once a week. And we don't fill it up all the way. They figure no sense in doing that in case we have a derailment.
Right.
Starts leaking for whatever reason.
last few years it was running.
You have a eyeball.
Robbie, did they tell you about the photographer? There's going to be a guy taking pictures down at the junction for paper.
Darjeeling Railway in India.
I've heard of it, yeah.
They have a derailment virtually every time they run, and all the passengers have to get out. They have to get the cars back on the tracks because the ties and stuff are over 100 years old. They've never been repaired. They only run it about 5 or 6 miles an hour because they can't run any faster. The locomotive will come off.
Well, and it's a really steep grade. It's one of the steepest grades in the world.
And they're still running some of the 100-year-old steam equipment in a continuous operation.
Passing is clear.
Was it 844 that came through last year?
Yeah.
He brought the 844 to Houston. We chased it for about 40 miles. I had a big Silver Eagle bus, and we chased the train.
That's where they got these engines from. Two of those engines.
Yeah, over here you see all the trees piled up on the bridge.
Now this was Eureka's Bridge is actually a spur. Which means over there where that bridge is the only original main line between the two bridges, between these two switches. That goes over to Berryville where we were at a little while ago. And even that is a spur.
When I lived in Georgia, that's the garbage truck. I'm sorry, they have a big station, 3 times on. Okay, here's that. Well, I'll keep it.
The K308. What's down there?
Big freaking operated bathroom.
Operator.
See that? See that hole? Big operator. Look at that big around. I thought it was a pit. No.
If you were to continue going this way, you'd eventually end up at a tunnel. Unfortunately, the track's in here.
You guys been across the Beaver Bridge up here? You guys been across the Beaver Bridge?
They got that old trestle down there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
There actually used to be another tourist train. When they started moving here, there's already one down there. They left, and the last couple pieces of it are in Brainton somewhere.
And the bridge was closed for a little bit this year. The water was over the ends of it.
We came, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago during the summer, and they had it closed.
It was 2009.
2009?
Yeah. The last time we were here.
Well, I thought it was open the last time. I thought it was time.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
I heard it was 2008 they had to be.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
Even that building there in Beaver was underwater. That brick building, whatever it was.
I don't think it got quite as high this year, but it's getting close.
Well, I'm afraid what was going to happen to us, as you alluded to, is it's going to be dry all summer, then we're going to get a hurricane. It's going to drop 12 or 14 inches of water on us all within about a 24-hour period, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That ain't good either.
It's going to flood and then run off.
Hey, Dad, guess where the speedometer is? Where? Nowhere.
Next to the tachometer.
Is there? Didn't think there was. Or were you joking around? I was like, speedometer? What are you talking about? This thing's too old for a speedometer.
My guess is there's a switch engine. They didn't figure that was much of a consideration because it wasn't going to get much speed.
Nowadays, it's a requirement, but you know.
They had a...
Okay, Curtis, do you want to pull up and stop the bridge with those folks off the station lines?
Come again?
Roger, you want to pull up to the porch end of the system, my end of the bridge here, with those folks off so they can smash the lines?
Okay. 10-4.
They had an Astor where they were using...
And did David tell you your headlamp side? Oh, look better with the switch and then get a landing position.
And the headlamps off because last run we had the skirt car and the dining car on, so at no point it has the lights on. Yeah, it heats up right here. Got a resistor.
Really old. Parts are not cheap for these things, and it's really
I don't think it's cost the parts as much as we just find them.
true. So there's a lot of these, still quite a few SW1s still running, surprisingly.
All right, dude, we're going to smash the lines for the rest of the time.
I think they already did. Yep.
Bit more. 47, 42, returning to the depot. Okay, give her 2. There you go. Well, it's actually loaded up now. Yeah. That power line, put it back in idle, pop back in the chair. Going down and then coming up to the crossing.
Yellow things, are they little speeders?
Yeah, no, those are actually those are actually little narrow gauge things from a mine.
Oh.
Actually, those are narrow gauge speeders. I'm not sure.
Bring down skate. Go on back. Stop.
Can I give her the last two?
We don't hug it at the station. Sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Town.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank the boys.
But since we're getting ready to do another run, we won't shut it down right now.
All right.
We'll turn it off. That thing right there will arc about 6 times. I think it's 137. Or just maybe some coincidence. That'll arc too. Pretty. But that's all good and hot.
Yeah. That's the reason why it gets even hotter in here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hot as far as
Right.
David will tell you about. He's been jolted pretty good. I haven't been jolted yet, but knock on wood.
We all got a little bit of that plastic or wood in our head that makes us really thick and we don't feel anything.
Yeah. You have a good one.
You too.